Hey, you wore my thing for it. Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room.
Hi, I'm John Chakos, and today we will be exploring the varying reasons filmmakers choose to shoot a film in black and white. Now more than ever, filmmakers are putting color aside and shooting in black and white again. With 2 of the last 3 cinematography Oscars going to black and white films, this wave is coming back in full force. Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Love the Atomic Bomb, is a comedic classic, directed by none other than Stanley Kubrick. Released in 1964, it follows a stressful situation in which the US and USSR are in a huge misunderstanding that could lead to many deaths all over an accident. Kubrick used black and white rather than color to his advantage so that he could achieve a newsreel type feel. It also aided with the shadows and highlights, giving them definition in painting a scene.
사모님이 뭐랄까.
풀타임으로 수업 어떻게 하시는지. Is it okay with you?
To begin, we have seen a rise in re-releases of films that are now in black and white. We see examples such as Parasite 2019, directed by Bong Joon-ho, about 2 families in differing class status, being released with a new title, Parasite Black and White. Another example is Logan 2017, directed by James Mangold, about Logan, the Wolverine protecting a young mutant girl. This was re-released as Logan Noir. One reason for the reimagined movies is the feeling of nostalgia. Joon-ho stated about his black and white cut, "I think it may be vanity on my part, but when I think of the classics, they're all in black and white." Black and white also helps redefine textures. We can see how the absence of color changes the texture of the background in Logan's face. In addition to texture, emotions can also be altered. Our eyes can be drawn to certain areas on the screen, new shapes from light can form, and even the facial expressions on actors could drastically change. In doing so, we perceive the film in a new set of eyes, changing how we feel about the story and characters. Moving along, filmmakers also choose black and white to give mention to previous works such as old films and photography. Joy Division's biopic of Ian Curtis was shot using black and white. Control 2007, directed by Anton Corbijn, follows a young Ian Curtis in his journey with Joy Division. Anton Corbijn referred to his personal black and white photos he had taken of the band in the 70s when working on the film. The black and white helped the film look like old photos one would see from that era of music. The film, The 40-Year-Old Version, 2020, directed by Rada Blank, used a similar method of inspiration. The film follows a 40-year-old playwright who has a drive to become a rapper. Eric Bronco, the DOP, stated in an interview how he and Blank referred to old black and white photos that gave inspiration on how to capture New York the way it really is.
How's somebody who ain't had no real hit gonna tell me how to write a play? She ain't no Tyler Perry.
I did win a 30 Under 30 award. Yes, it was quite a couple of years ago. What do I gotta do? Write a slave musical, an all-white play? This some bullshit.
Oh boy. A rare, a bloody steak. If I had a steak, I would fuck it.
One final film we'll talk about today, known for being shot in black and white, is none other than The Lighthouse. Released in 2019 and directed by Robert Eggers, The Lighthouse follows 2 lighthouse keepers trying to keep sane in the 1890s. In an attempt to create the right atmosphere, Eggers decided on the choice of black and white. Cinematographer Jaron Blaschke mentioned, "Robert said that the atmosphere comes first, and then the rest comes out of that. This project felt like I had the chance to make something particularly photographic." The somewhat nostalgic and gritty atmosphere of The Lighthouse is mainly due to the textures Blaschke and Eggers sought after from the use of black and white. Blaschke said, "When you're looking at old 19th century photography, skies tend to be bright while skin tones are very dark, because blue is overly sensitive and orthochromatic stock. We wanted to have the same texture on this film." By paying attention to black and white details of the past, The Lighthouse visually is like looking at old photographs that ultimately give the audience emotion and feelings color otherwise would not have brought. By exploring new ways of presenting films, filmmakers are able to tap into aesthetics and emotions once considered the norm in filmmaking. Black and white is going to continue to hold an old-timey, yet fresh and sexy look, which is an excellent tool for filmmaking. With new technology, lens filters, and cinematographers on the rise, black and white may become a sought-after film look for years to come.